one of the great lessons I've learned as an oncologist is that none of us know how long we're going to live. In fact, it's one of the great teachings of the Buddha. You know, one of the most fundamental tenets of the Buddha Dharma is the impermanence of life and how fleeting life is. So it's very important to ask, what is the real meaning and purpose of your life, regardless of your age? And this is especially important when you're dealing with a diagnosis like cancer that lifts the veil of the illusion of immortality. For most people, this diagnosis, eradicates that illusion once and for all that you're gonna live forever. So, having said that, it's useful to ask, why am I alive? What really matters the most? And am I living my life in a way that's moving me in the direction of my deepest purpose? Most people that I've done this process with find that there's some adjustments that they want to make about their choices so that they can live in a way that's moving them more fully towards their deepest purpose. Now, the second question is related to the first, and that is, what are your top 20 goals for the next year? You know, if you were only going to live for another year, how would you want to live? What would you want to do? Are you doing things today and tomorrow and this week and next week that are really bringing you joy at the deepest level? Or are you spending time doing things that are not fulfilling and maybe even unhealthy? And so the second question supports the first. And the third question that I ask in level 6 life assessment is, how do you want to be remembered after you're gone? Remembering that we're all going to leave the earth, are you living your life in a way that's consistent with your deepest values? And a lot of people will say to me, gosh, I want to be remembered as a great parent. And they realize, if I want to be remembered as a great parent, I better spend more time with my kids. Or other people will say, I want to be remembered as a really loving spouse. And then they realize, well, if I really want that, maybe I better stop being so critical of my spouse and figure out how to be more supportive. Or other people will say, I want to be remembered as somebody who really gave to my community. And then they go, wow, maybe I should give more. Maybe I should spend more time doing things for other people. And so it's beautiful to see how people reinvent themselves and redirect their focus in a way that makes them happier every single day, even if they're living with cancer. And this is what's so remarkable. The whole point of this 7 levels of healing is so that we're not just trying to treat diseases, but ask ourselves, how do we heal and transform at the deepest level so that we can experience love and joy and fulfillment here and now, even in the midst of cancer, regardless of our circumstance. And that's a beautiful segue into level 7, which is the nature of spirit. And here, I just invite all of us to become quiet and still and feel into that realm of existence where we're all interconnected. It's that part of existence that's been given many names throughout history by all of the great spiritual and healing traditions of the world. In Buddhism, they call it shunyata, or emptiness, or nirvana. In Hinduism, they can call it Brahman, or the Atman. In the mystical traditions of Judaism, the Kabbalah, they call it the Ein Sof, that which is beyond even the possibility of name and form, the Ein Sof. Even in mystical traditions of Christianity, they can call it Christ consciousness or the kingdom of heaven within. All these world traditions have all pointed to this timeless, dimensionless, non-physical aspect or dimension of human existence where we're not only interconnected as beings, but where in fact we're the same being. It's the vast, infinite ocean of consciousness or love or awareness, out of which all phenomena are arising and falling away again in an endless cycle, forever and ever. So this nature of spirit is a very, very important dimension of our existence to focus on, because I believe it's not only the source of the ultimate source of love and joy and fulfillment that we all seek, but it's also the doorway through which physical healing appears in the material world.